So pretty much what I want to talk about is if you've ever lived with anyone, you know that kitchens, literally kitchens in any household, are the biggest thing that people complain about. I've lived with my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my mom. My mom's moved 5 times to 5 different houses with 5, and there's her dickish boyfriend. I won't say his name over YouTube. And everyone just has their own preferences when it comes to the kitchen in general. My mom would label shit. She would label like cups. She would label plates, bowls, spoons, forks, knives, and they had to be in perfect order. They had to be here, or that's it. When I lived with my dad, and my family lived together before my parents were divorced, no one was allowed in the kitchen while he was cooking. And now my little sister, me, and my older sister all have that kind of thing. Pretty much all 3 of us see it as like the other person is annoying us and they're getting in the way. But if one of my kids, when I have kids, or if I get a girlfriend, then yeah, sure, they can help. So you don't have to be completely like your parents. I mean, you have little aspects because you grew up with them. But like I say, with everything, you can rewire your mind to pretty much do what you want to do and not what you were brainwashed, or, better word, trained just unconsciously by your parents. Yeah. So another story is when I first moved here to my grandparents' house, I had to learn a lot of things. Like, my step-grandpa collects sponges. In my mind, my logical mind, I'm like, no. But I had to get used to it. I adapted. Second thing, he washes everything twice. So if there's a load of dirty dishes, you gotta wash them twice. That's the OCD. Third thing is that my grandma likes in the dishwasher forks upward, which makes no sense, but it makes sense to her. So you can put them in there and grab them. When they're clean, you can just take them out. Yes, but when you're reaching to grab them, they poke your hands if they're sticking upward. And it's not knives or spoons, it's just forks. So everyone has their own little thing that if you don't do in the kitchen in particular, the living room is fine. It's strange. It's just bizarre. And bedrooms, holy shit. Don't even get me started on bedrooms. You do something wrong, it's like, don't put your feet on the bed. I mean, I even have problems with that. If people lay on this side and put their feet on this side, that's fucking gross to me. It's like I put my face and my head right here, and you're putting your dirty ass feet where my face and head goes. That's gross. And probably a lot of people think that's gross, and a lot don't. I am a very organized, clean person. Look at my room. Look at my ground. There's one thing on the ground, and I will put it on my bed, and then I'm going to put it in my dresser. But I have seen rooms where everything is just fucking spread all over the ground, and it blows my mind. I think it's because I'm part Cancer. The stereotype of Cancer signs is that if they let you in their house or they let you in their room, they really like you. And that is partially true because I am part Cancer sign and I do act that way. It's sad when you try to not believe a stereotype, but it's so true that you're like, how can I deny that if it's true? I would be lying to myself. if you're intermediate fasting every morning, every day, every day, then you're going to want to put pink Himalayan sea salt in your water. And I mean like 3 grains of it, because you can get it in a powder, like all grounded up, or you can get it as just salt grains. And if you do, you put 3 or 5 in this full amount of water, all the way full, because too much will taste really salty, really salty. It's for the minerals, because apparently Himalayan sea salt has minerals in it. You can also drink green tea, which will suppress your appetite, which is easier. But you should still keep drinking water. Especially when you talk, you lose hydration. Every time you talk, you lose some hydration. So back to what I was saying. Kitchens are the biggest thing in a house that people are so fucking anal about. My little sister isn't, because she loves me. But here's another thing people do in kitchens that I don't understand why they do it. I will once I get my apartment, because I'm going to get an apartment soon. And when I say soon, I don't mean soon. I mean in like maybe 3 to 5 months. Because I'm getting SSDI, which will give me either 1,100 or 2,800 in between that a month. So I'll be able to get a low-income $500 studio. More than likely it's going to be a studio, but it would be wonderful if it was a small apartment. I don't need a lot. I'm a minimalist. Yeah. My little sister, who loves so much and is so compassionate, and I love my little sister, she collects everything and keeps everything because they hold memories. That's why she does that. Me, it's so easy for me to just say, is that a thing that I need, that I require, that helps me in my life? Toss it. If it doesn't, that's how my brain works. It's not that I don't care about things. When I was growing up, most of my things, my objects, my materialistic things that I cared about were taken away from me or broken. But that's for another story. I need a sneeze. So I don't really need these things. And usually if objects are taken away from you as a kid, then you become usually a hoarder, where you keep every little thing, like even a piece of pizza you will keep, and it will be laying on your desk for weeks, months, years. But I don't think that way. My apartment or my studio is going to be fucking clean all the time. And so one of the times I've actually gotten, why is your room so clean? It's like, how is that a bad thing? One thing I do not fucking understand is why elderly people say, make your bed every morning, because their parents said it, so it's just hardwired in their heads. My grandma loves making my bed because she wants it to be clean looking for everyone else to see. My mind is like, why? If I'm going to just lay in it again in the middle of the day or at night, why make it? It's just so it looks nice. It's not for any actual use. Materialistic people like it when everything around them looks super nice so they can impress their friends. Me? I'm like, what's the point? Just like how my grandma thinks I'm weird for buying baking soda, even though it cures cancer, and a lot of other things. It works for your hair. It works for all these things. If you use too much in your hair, it causes flaking, which is the white stuff when it hardens. And there's a certain way of doing it to your hair where you gently go like this. You put a tiny ass amount in a big amount of water. You pour it on your head, and very quickly you do this for 2 minutes around your hair, and it will let out the oils that naturally come out of your pores in your scalp. But back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying. And by the way, leave it for 2 minutes. Leave it for like a minute or 2 minutes before you rinse it out. So back to what I was saying. People have these weird rules. And it's even more weird when you live with old people because they kind of forget sometimes where certain things go. So they mix certain... I'm so organized. I'm like, forks go with forks. Spoons go with spoons. And they're in one area, so they're easy to get. Me, I'm actually intelligent. So saving water, you would go to either a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, a fast food restaurant, a Panda Express, which I do like. I'm sorry about that. I do like it. Chipotle and Panda, my places. And you would go over and you would, if they have available forks, spoons that are plastic on the side, you grab a fuck ton of them and you stick them in your bag. You buy something, of course. You buy Panda Express, and then once you're at the condiments, I know Chipotle does. They have their, you don't have to ask. First they'll give you one, but then you can go over and they don't care. I have worked as a dishwasher, and you would not believe how the packets of forks and spoons and knives are like this wide. They're fucking huge. So they have a lot of hiccups this morning. They have a wide amount. You're not stealing. It's a good point. If you want to save money, wash them once or twice. You won't be using a lot of water. I mean, my step-grandpa dries his clothes outside on the hot tub, or because he wants to save money. And I don't understand that when they're living in an actual house and I'll be living in an apartment, or they have a washer and a dryer. That's the point, is to use it. But if you live in an apartment or a studio, then there's a washer and dryer machine room, usually. And you have to constantly keep paying with quarters to wash your clothes, while there's a chance where someone could walk in and steal your dry clothes. My mom was smart. She would wait in the area. She didn't have a washer or dryer in our cottage house. I loved that fucking house. I smoked so much weed in that house. Would wait in the area or inside and wait for it to be done. She wouldn't leave it. A lot of people leave their laundry and then it's taken. Yeah. So what I want to do is just wash it in a bucket on my patio and then hang it up. Because I don't wear very many clothes. I wear 4 different shirts and 3 different pants. That's all I wear. I don't have an arsenal of clothes that I can choose from, and I have one nice outfit, like a suit. I don't need all these things. Women will buy a purse, and then they'll only use that purse because they like it, it's their favorite. Then they'll buy 15 other purses, and it's like, what's the point? Because you like it, because it's materialism? I only use things, I only buy things that either benefit my life, that I need, or that will improve me. It's like, oh, this fork looks nice. I paid $100 for it. Literally, if you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, $100 set for 3 plates and a few forks. Pointless. Okay, I'm going to go now because one of my old people, my grandparents, just woke up and I have to poop really bad. So, goodbye. Comment, like, share, and subscribe.